Hello again, I'm Dr. Nunez with Living Health. Today I wanted to comment on an article that came out that's gotten some coverage on the BBC that was titled 2 Glasses of Wine Enough to Hit Daily Sugar Limit. So this is going to be about wine, drinking, and how much sugar there is in wine and the general recommendations on that. This was an article that was in the BBC. The guidelines in the US are a little different. And again, I wanted to highlight this channel is about lifestyle, what you can do with your lifestyle choices on a daily basis that impacts your health and your well-being and your enjoyment of life. If you like these kinds of videos, press that thumbs up, press the subscribe button, press the little bell so you can be notified of future videos, and leave a comment, which is always appreciated. So let's get into it. This is a follow-up, by the way, of other videos I have done in terms of wine and drinking and health and lifestyle. And in general, if you do not drink, if it's not your custom, please don't take it up. There is no need to take up drinking. For those of you that do drink alcohol as part of your culture, or you have a glass of wine with dinner or the like, these are the guidelines that come into play. For those of you that drink to excess or can't control your drinking habits, that's something you'll need to address with your healthcare providers to get control over and try to even move in the direction of abstinence. But let's talk about this article that the BBC put out. It's a little bit catchy when they title it 2 Glasses of Wine Enough to Hit Daily Sugar Limit. What is it they're talking about? What they're really talking about is dessert wine, which are sweet wines or fortified wines, and some of them do have added sugar in them, or some of them have not been fully fermented, or they have been fermented and they add some juices to them. There's a big category of dessert wines out there. Now, the curious thing, wine labels don't have on them the nutrition facts that you normally have on other food labels. I'm going to post, and I've linked below, a site that you can find information on what the nutrition label would read if it were on a bottle of wine that you buy at the store. The wine producers don't want to put these things on. They tend to be a little bit larger, and they occupy space on their labels and the like. So it's part of the tradition. But now the internet is available, and you can get the data whenever you can. So the BBC article mentions that some bottles, that means of these kinds of dessert wines, have as much as 59 grams of sugar in them. And they say that's more than a glazed donut. Okay, yes, but there aren't too many people that are going to drink a whole bottle of dessert wine. So that's a little bit perhaps exaggerated in that respect. The other thing I want to highlight about the article is that they do point out the NHS guideline, that's the National Health Service in the UK, and they talk about limiting consumption of sugar to 30 grams a day, what they call free sugars, which loosely translates into what the FDA will call added sugars. So 30 grams is not a lot, and yes, in general, it's a good idea to limit your sugar intake as much as you can, and I don't disagree with that. 30 grams is, if you could limit yourself to that of added sugars a day, that's fantastic. The FDA in the United States has a different guideline, and I'll link to it below, on their added sugars, and they talk about in a 2,000 calorie a day diet to limit it to about 10% of your calories, 200 calories, which at 4 calories per gram comes out to about 50 grams of what they call added sugars on an FDA label. So drilling down, so what does wine have? Well, when you look at, and I'll link down where you can see a label that would be created for, say, red table wine. And what it shows you is that the sugar in 1 ounce, more or less, of red table wine is 0.2 grams. If you assume 5 ounces in a glass of wine, that would be about 1 gram of sugar. So it's a big distance from getting to even 30 grams. That would be 30 glasses of red wine, which is outrageous and nobody should even contemplate drinking that much. But when you plug in and you do your search, and I'm linking to it below, and you put in dessert wines, you'll see that an ounce of dessert wine has 2.3 grams, which is 11 times what red wine may have in it in sugar. That's a huge amount. And so yes, if you assume the same 5 ounces, although people typically when they drink dessert wines drink less, but if you assume the same 5 ounces, you're up past your 10, you're around 11 plus grams of sugar right in that glass. So that is a lot of sugar, and if you're doing that, you probably want to avoid a dessert or be careful with the rest of your sugar intake. So I wanted just to highlight these points for you. When you're reading articles like this, they're good, they give you great guidelines. Yes, limiting your sugar intake is important. And no, if you don't drink, don't start, okay? Don't start drinking. If you are drinking, yes, be aware of how much you're drinking, and I have other videos about this where we talk about 2 glasses a day for a lady and 3 glasses for a man is about the maximum that you should consume, even if you are a drinker. And there's arguments for not drinking at all. There's some studies that you can see on previous videos that I talk about that. There are some other studies that say there are minor benefits to having one glass a day, 1 drink a day, but I'll leave that up to you. If that's not up to your if that's not culturally what you do and you don't drink, don't start. There is no reason to start drinking for any health idea. If you are a drinker, there are reasons to limit your alcohol intake, and sugar content is one of them, so be careful with what you're drinking. And again, this is just about this article where they talk about the sugar in wine. If you're having cocktails and the like, which include fruit juices, that's you have to look at how much fruit juice is going. Always remember, as I tell folks, it's best just to eat the fruit rather than squeeze it and drink the juice. When you're doing that, you're concentrating the sugars in fruit. And when they make a cocktail for you at a bar, they're using a fruit juice. So you're gonna get that extra sugar in. So I would be particularly careful with that as well. So again, this is all about lifestyle. If it's part of what you enjoy, whether it's a Mediterranean diet, and the Mediterraneans like to have a glass of wine perhaps with their dinner or the like, and you consider it part of that program, okay, just be careful with the amounts that you're consuming and enjoy life. That's what this is about, and that's what lifestyle medicine is about. It's about teaching you the things you can do to maintain your health and your sense of well-being so you can have a long life and you can enjoy that long life. If you like these kinds of videos, press that thumbs up, press that subscribe button, press the little bell so you can be notified of future videos. And until next time, I'm Dr. Nunez with Living Health. Bye-bye.